I got my 1 month follow-up. Every time I pack, even though I do it so often, it feels like I'm forgetting something. Spoke with the insurance agent. Spoke with the auto body shop, the lady there, and they've got it under control. I know I'm going to be out of town. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Just doing the final prep for my trip to Pattaya. Well, jumped in the morning. I got my 1 month follow-up for my eye surgery, and I'm not seeing much of a difference. Still kind of foggy. Tripod's a little crooked. That's okay. I'll pretend like I'm driving. Anyway, so yeah, every time I pack, even though I do it so often, it feels like I'm forgetting something. So since I'm traveling tomorrow, I'll probably, well, knowing me, I'll film some going up the highway, seeing if there's any more flooding. Got to leave at dark 30. Get there early enough, and then sit and wait. Check my bag, of course. Yeah. So since I'm going to be gone a week, 9 days, I think, counting tomorrow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be coming back on the 9th day. So I spoke with the insurance agent. Spoke with the auto body shop, the lady there, and they've got it under control. I know I'm going to be out of town, so I told them don't worry about it until the week of the 17th, which I'm going to mark right now. Right, a car, well, truck, but ute would be the appropriate term, and it's less letters than truck. So yeah, that's about it. I don't have any great plans. I've got coffee with a couple of people scheduled. What is this? Oh, I got my printer set up today. Even though I got it the other day, I got it completely set up and scanning and printing and did all the stuff, and then I've got it covered up because dust here is a problem no matter where you're at. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. I'll have coffee one morning or breakfast with Carlito, and then I've got a friend coming down from Bangkok. They're going to be in Pattaya anyway, so the timing worked out. So we're going to meet up, and could be lunch or dinner, depending on what time they get down. They're driving down. Don't know when they're leaving. Don't know if they're leaving Friday afternoon, the 7th, or Saturday morning, the 8th. So, I don't know. I'm seeing a red square on the 12th on the calendar. I wonder what holiday that is. But the 7th, Mystic has its grand opening, another one of Nick's bars. And just by sheer luck on my part, that's when his opening is. Because I made my plans. Well, he was making his plans, and there was no coordination or nothing. He's not gonna hold off or his opening for me. I wouldn't expect that. Anybody that does is kind of got a big ego. But so I'm going to be. I will be going to that now. If the doctor says, the eye pressure, that's what's causing the fuzziness in my right eye. The pressure thing is different with everybody, obviously. Some people it goes away right away. It has not gone away with me. It's 30% higher than it should be. The high end of the normal range is 20, and last I checked it was 29. So the doctor in Chiang Rai gave me some different drops to take in the evening, which I still have a half an hour before I have to take those. So yeah, I'm pretty much packed. I'll make my list, check it twice, find out who's naughty or nice. Yeah, that's about it. I really don't have any plans. I want to go look at a couple of shirt places, check out some of my designs, and pricing, that kind of thing. I'm wearing Phil's shirt, Rum Runner. It's a hoodie, long sleeves, which I really don't like long sleeves, so I'm going to have the tailor, the seamstress, cut them back. And then use the part that I cut off for like a sock, like when the Red Hot Chili Peppers went on stage with the socks on. I'm going to do that during a live stream. I think YouTube will let me get by with that. Anyway, I'm looking at this flipping weed supplier. It doesn't even have a frickin' address. And I think it's the one in Chiang Mai that sells the brownies that I like. I mean, I really like them. I can take one and cut it in 4 pieces. And one is flippin' perfect. Perfect. So it's got a QR code, so I'll read that. But yeah, basically just kind of on the wind down, unplugging everything that doesn't need to be plugged in. That's about it. Trying to think of things to bring in case I'm stuck in my room. If she says I can't do temple stairs or anything like that. The pressure's not down, this kind of thing. I'm kind of burnt again. So I don't want that to happen. And that light's bright. Makes me look pale. Anyway, and I'm crooked. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So anyway, going to Pattaya, staying in Jomtien. Different hotel this time around. Just changing it up a little bit. Gonna go down to Bonchong for a day or two maybe. I still haven't decided on my my dates for the States. I'll ponder that tomorrow while I'm traveling, and then book. I'm not in a mood to go. Just not feeling it. And I'm looking at my calendar right now. That's why I'm staring, looking away. But yeah, about it. I got my suitcase in the truck already. I'm bringing my big suitcase and my little backpack for the carry-on because I'm allowed that. Otherwise, I'd cram everything into the backpack. But I get there, I open it up, all my shirts are ready, hang them up. All I got to do is dirty clothes, clean. Dirty clothes, clean. You know what I mean? Easy peasy. There's a couple of laundromats right near the hotel. The hotel will do it, but it's more expensive. And I don't mind sitting in a laundromat, listening to the machines spool away, and while I drink a coffee or a beer or whatever. So, but that's about it. The rice fields just around the corner from me are still flooded. They've peaked over the humps, the berms they have in between different fields. It looks like one sheet of glass. So, feel bad for them. I did some numbers a few years ago on when Dow's family was doing rice. I should dig those calculations up and show you how or why I said that it's a losing proposition to to do rice. It's unbelievably. You're better off growing mushrooms. You got to have big enough space for fish, so that's not an option. But mushrooms grow fast, and you can sell them every day. You can cut them every day. Once they get to that point, you're harvesting every day and bringing a little bit to the market every day and selling them to the different shops. So you're done. By 10 o'clock, you're done for the day. And they're easy. They're I shouldn't say easy. They're pretty straightforward. You have to maintain sterility or sanitization, okay? Because you don't want to screw up your crop. But other than that, they're pretty simple. I mean, they sell I don't know if you call it pre-seeded, pre-pollinated, pre-whatever bags. And it just starts growing out of those bags. And you put them on a rack undercover. You could just have a lean-to with some plastic. They need humidity, stuff like that. They grow naturally on their own, but in a controlled environment, they grow really well. And I think they sell those a bag for less than 50 baht. So say $2 for a bag that's going to get you, I don't know how much a kilo, because I don't buy mushrooms by the kilo. And then if you dry them, of course it's, they're very light. So, but that's something I should check into. The old man that raises the frogs for food is sick. Cancer. So if I go down there, I'll be going down just to visit, because I think he's pretty much shut down now because of his health. And was talking to a friend last night via chat about what do civilians here generally do for funerals, burial, cremation, whatever. Since the country's 95% Buddhist, they pretty much cremate their loved ones or family members or whatever. That's pretty much par for the course. Now, if I died today or tonight after I put this video up, well, I won't put it up today. I'll schedule it out. But if I was to, get hit by a bus or something and die, currently I have no plan in place for my remains. Now, my children in the States, they have all that, but they would probably have to fly over, which they'll have more than enough money to do that, and have me cremated, then do the paperwork, dump my ashes here, or take them and dump them in the States, spread my remains, right, in the States, and or flush them down the toilet. I really don't give a shit, because I'll be dead. But I would imagine they could do it via digital technology. Here's our paperwork, here's the thing, how much does it cost to have one cremated? I don't know, with the temples and stuff, it's a community event, right? Everybody pitches in the village, and then that's how it's done. That's how the whole funeral, the food, all the stuff, the 3 days lying in state or rest or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. But waiting to be burned. But I would imagine there's commercial places just like any other country. We got to cremate him, put his remains in a 7 mil bag and put it in a box, label it, and then get a permit to ship it. Like Chris had to get a permit to bring Eddie's ashes from the UK to here. You can't just throw it in your suitcase. You could probably roll the dice, but if they see a big old box of something in there and they don't know what it is, they're gonna open your suitcase and they're gonna find out, because you need a permit for that. So if you have all your ducks in a row, they could do that. But that happens. You know, it could happen to anybody at any time. So the old guy's got cancer. I didn't ask what kind of cancer, where, how far, what level, what stage. I don't do that. I wait for people to volunteer that information. But my actual landlord, who is here, has been here for the whole holiday week. She said he's shut down his frog operation, which was pretty lucrative. But he didn't have any, you know, his children are all doing their thing. A couple of them are teachers and stuff like that. I mean, he's an educated man, so he was just doing this for a hobby, the frog thing. But it turned out into a money maker. Go figure. Shake your money maker. Anyway, so yeah, just taking stock of the junk I have here. It's amazing how people can accumulate shit. It took me nearly 5 years to prepare to move when I sold my house. I just gradually got rid of stuff. Gradually. And then when I sold it, then I went into high gear, you know. If I couldn't give shit away. My son called me the other day. It's about 3 weeks ago, maybe. In between surgeries. He said, "Hey, Dad, what's the combination for the key locks on the guns?" Right? Because I gave him some firearms and I gave my daughter some firearms, and they have trigger locks because his fiance, I'm on the internet, so she doesn't really like the idea of guns in the house. But if they're secure, so they're in locked box, and then they have trigger locks, you know. I mean, locks are only as good as how bad the thief wants something. So, but almost 6 years, and he's asking me for the combinations. And I'm like, well, it's about blank in time. Because I enjoy shooting. That's one of the first things I do when I get back to the States, is I go up into the woods and I put some lead down range, you know. It's just something I do. I've enjoyed for as long as I can remember. Probably 5 or 6 years old, 7. My first hunting rifle was a Winchester Model 670A bolt action 30-06. I was 12. Dad got me that. And then I bought a Leupold scope, or Leopold, I don't know how you pronounce it. It had a Weaver with it, but I was like, nah, I want a real scope. And one that wouldn't fog up and shit like that, you know. And it fed my family a lot. A lot. And anyway, I don't hunt anymore. I said that before. Just because my kids didn't want to hunt, you know. They just did. Otherwise, I would have, because my old buddies who were all older than me, they died off or just got banged up and couldn't hunt, you know. And so they kind of fell off, and then I kind of did too. I did a lot of solo hunts. Went hunting once with my wife. Got a deer that day, that morning, early morning. Beautiful shot. and fucking beautiful shot. I thought I missed. It was on a dead run away from me, quartering away, and I had about 2 seconds to decide, and I did. And the first words out of my mouth were, fuck, I missed. And then we walked up, and I was like, son of a bitch. Right through the fucking temple and out the other side. And it hit so hard it shattered one of the antlers off. It's a 3-point. In Washington, you only count one side, the right side. You don't count the eye guards. You only count the 3, right? So in some states they'd call it a 6-point. So it had 3 and 3 plus the little tines for eye guards, little nubs. Nice mule deer. Of course, I shot it, 4 miles from the fucking road. I was younger then, though. Anyway, that's not the point of the conversation. Conversation is I'm traveling, so I won't be answering comments and stuff, I think, tomorrow and stuff like that. I'll put this up, put it together, and throw it up for a day out there. It gives me my day of travel. I've got something in the queue, Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me babble. Have a good night. Bye.